Hi Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Lisa Kostick. I'm the owner of the Pink Lotus Spiritual and Wellness Center. So before we begin, just letting you know that this is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The information in this reading may not resonate with everyone, so just take what you're drawn to and leave the rest behind. If you would like a personal reading or any of my other services, please contact me through my information listed below. Also, please be aware of any potential scammers going around. I will never contact you first for a reading or contact you saying that I can remove a curse from you. Okay, so I've already cleansed this space and the cards. So let's begin. I'm going to be using my Halloween Oracle deck. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Capricorn Sun is December 22nd through January 19th birth dates. This is for the week of July 17th through the 23rd, 2022. Excuse me. For those of you who don't know me, I kind of give this spiel at the beginning of all my videos now. For those of you who don't know me, there will be some throat clearing and coughing on my end. 2 years ago I had COVID and it's left me with some long-term effects in my throat and lungs. So I'm dealing with that. Plus there's really bad allergies right now where I live. So that's not helping anything. I let Spirit pick the cards always. So I just keep shuffling until cards fall out, like that, or they flip over. I find that I get better readings when I do it that way instead of just picking the top card. Also, you should know that during the reading there will be times when I am silent. And this is not because I have zoned out or because I'm lost or stuck. It's because typically I can hear Spirit better when I'm silent. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just listening. All of those, really? Okay. Okay. Please, Spirit Guides, Angels, Ascended Masters, Past Loved Ones, Mother, Father, God. Yep. Wow, the cards are coming out really fast for you today, Capricorn. There are some times that I can be shuffling for like 10 minutes before I get even one card. Wow. Okay, so I usually start with 6 with this deck, and then I'll probably use another deck as clarifier. Okay, so how I do my readings is, because you might not be familiar with this deck, I go through each card individually and I let you know the general meaning of each card, okay? And then either as I'm going through, depending on how fast I'm getting messages, or at the end, I tie it all together in a general message for you, okay? So, the first card is the Veil. Underneath it says the future, okay? Now, this card has two meanings. Some of the cards can have two meanings, okay, depending on the situation. So I have to see which one it is. The first meaning is that the spirit world is close, because that's the veil, okay? The spirit world's close, And the second meaning is that you need to listen in particular to what messages may come forth about future stuff in this reading. And you want to, when that happens, you want to be able to plan, set intentions, think big. Okay, so I always tell people with this card, this is Spirit saying, hey, listen up, because this is important. Okay. All right, the next card is Dawn. And underneath it says the light after the darkness. So with this card, you're being reminded that there's a fresh start and a new beginning coming. Okay. And letting you know that even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. But that better times will be coming afterwards. Okay. Okay. This next card is Forgiveness. Underneath it says Reducing Burden. Okay. So this can be forgiveness of somebody else who has wronged you, forgiveness to yourself. This can also be, like it indicates underneath here, that you need to reduce burden on yourself by forgiving others or yourself. Okay. Okay. This next card is Ghost, and underneath it says Regret. Okay, so this card indicates that you might have some regrets that you need to let go of. And by letting go of any regrets or burdens, hello burdens, you're able to clear the way for a better future. Okay. And step into new possibilities. That has to do with law of attraction. You know, if you're not being weighed down by negative things, you're able to invite better opportunities, better people into your life. Okay, this next card is the Vampire. And underneath it says Emotional Intelligence. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. So this card indicates that you might be feeling drained emotionally, mentally, okay? And that the time has come for stronger boundaries, either with people or a situation. We always need to be aware of what gives us energy and what takes it away. Okay. Sorry, I'm just listening. Alright, I'm going to go on to the next card before I start letting you know what I'm getting. Okay. The last card here is the Death card. This is not a bad card. Underneath it says the eternal cycle begins here. Okay. Excuse me. So this card is a clearing card, okay? It means something's falling away. Something so that you can begin again in a better situation. Basically, a cycle is ending, okay, and a new, better one is beginning, which is interesting because you have two cards like that, two cards of reducing burdens. I'm feeling like for some of you, you maybe, I feel like this is a love reading, because I feel like some of you are in, either are currently in and are thinking about leaving a toxic relationship with a significant other, or you just did, because I feel like that's the vampire. It was a excuse me, it was a situation where you were dealing with a significant other who was very draining on you, possibly even emotionally abusive, mentally abusive, maybe physically abusive, but it was definitely draining you emotionally and mentally. If you are in that type of relationship right now and you have been thinking about leaving, this is your sign, and Spirit has already told you, hey, listen up, this is important, okay? This is your sign, you got to leave, because the light after the darkness, things will get better, but you got to leave, honey. It's not good for you, and it's not, I don't care what the reasons are, nothing is worth staying in that type of relationship, especially if you're living with the person. Oy. If you can't even feel comfortable in your own home, I don't know. To me, nothing is worth my peace of mind. I understand there might be financial concerns. Maybe you have children together and it makes things a little more difficult. I get that. But there are always ways to leave that type of situation. But you have to. Spirit's saying, hey, listen up. And Spirit's also saying you got to plan it out. Plan it out, set intentions, but you got to leave. Because there's good things waiting. You have two cards here saying that a cycle's ending, and so that a better one can begin. Yeah. Now these two cards both have to do with letting go of things that no longer serve you. Okay. That could be a person, a relationship. Also, you need to be able, eventually, I'm not saying you got to do it now, but eventually you want to be able to forgive this person. But that's not important right now. What's important is that you forgive yourself and you let go of any regrets, any feelings of guilt, resentment, anything like that you're holding inside you. Let it go. Let it go and forgive yourself. You know what? We give people chances because I think ultimately as humans we want to believe that people are good and deserve a second chance sometimes. Sometimes they don't deserve a second chance, you know, and they prove that to you. It's okay. You know, it wasn't you, if this is your situation, it wasn't you being naive or dumb. I've been there, you know. Sometimes people prove you wrong. It says more about them than it does about you. Okay? So forgive yourself for being in that situation. You are a caring and trusting person. That's all you're guilty of. But I'm strongly getting this feeling. This is in regards to a romantic relationship that is very toxic, very draining on you. You got to get out. I'm not saying it has to be tomorrow, but you got to start planning. Do it very strategically, especially if we're talking about like a situation of physical abuse. Outside of this business, I'm also a clinical therapist, and I have counseled, domestic violence and trauma were my specialties. I have counseled enough women to know how things go. You have to be very strategic if that's the case, if you're dealing with physical abuse or something that could potentially lead to physical abuse. I would suggest reaching out to some type of domestic violence hotline so they can guide you through it, if that's the case, because I don't know your particular situation. But I don't want you making hasty decisions that end up getting you hurt. Okay? Alright, so I'm just going to pull a couple clarifier cards from my Psychic Tarot deck. Anything else that Spirit wants you to know, either about this situation or just in general for Capricorn for this week? These spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, past loved ones, Mother, Father, God. Please give a few cards for Capricorn. Help them to understand what else they need to know for this week or regarding this situation. Okay. Not even surprised that card came out. Not even surprised. And that's a good card too. Let's see. Oh, okay. Wow. 3 more cards, Spirit. Okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. Since that first part went so quickly. Usually I won't do this many clarifier cards. Okay, so again, I'm going to go through each one. Now, this first card, the throat chakra, I said I'm not even surprised that you got it because the throat chakra, for those who don't know, obviously is in the throat. Okay. But it deals with communication. Okay. It can also deal with some creativity, but more so than that, I feel like you got this because you are not speaking up in this situation. Maybe it's out of fear. That could be. Okay. But you don't feel like you're being heard. And I get it. In that type of situation where there's so much toxicity, sometimes you're scared to speak up. I get that. But this is saying basically your throat chakra is blocked because of that. Okay. So maybe if you want, you can try doing either singing more, that will help open up your throat chakra, or you can do guided meditations on YouTube for opening the throat chakra. Okay, that's also a good way to do that. All right, this next card is material and spiritual prosperity. So this talks about a time when problems are going away, which is good. It could be material prosperity. It could be that you get a raise at your job or a promotion. It can also signify that a time of balance and harmony in your physical and spiritual existence is coming up. That's definitely, I feel like that would come as soon as you're able to leave this toxic relationship. And then, in addition to material prosperity, you have material harvest. So you have all these really good things coming to you. This card talks about your time to reap the harvest that you've worked for and you rightfully deserve. This card also talks about independence, self-mastery, self-sufficiency, security, and enjoying what you've worked hard for, okay? This card, because it's a 9 card, it means that it means that endings are coming. It could be the ending of this toxic relationship. That's a good thing, though, okay? Endings of things that no longer serve you, but good things are coming. You have a lot of financial reward here coming. Okay. All right, so this next card is light. This card indicates that right now it's your time to be in the light. That no matter what's happening around you, prosperity and happiness are coming soon. You got some really good cards here. I feel like this is all the outcome of what will happen, even the dawn, what will happen after you leave this toxic relationship. So you're letting go of things that no longer serve you so better things can come in. That's how it works energetically. That's how it works with the law of attraction. Joy, success, renewal of life. Yeah. This is actually one of the most positive cards in the deck, which, wow. It's your moment to shine. And you'll also be attracting better people into your life. In traditional tarot cards, because these are just oracle cards, in traditional tarot cards, this is equivalent to the Sun card, which is one of the most positive cards you can have in traditional tarot. Wow. Okay. Now, This next card, the waiting game. This card indicates that you've worked hard to set things in motion in certain areas of your life, and you're now waiting for the results to come to fruition. Okay. Number 2, the number 2 on this card up here, is about choice and decision. It also indicates that in the past you might have been afraid of making decisions or choices, but now you're no longer afraid of that. You need to trust your intuition. Yeah, stay on the path. That's what it says. So keep waiting. I feel like that could be you making a decision to leave the relationship. And then you're just kind of waiting for this good stuff to come. It will come. I'm not saying it's going to come right away. Because the law of attraction doesn't always work that fast. Okay, sometimes it takes a little bit. As long as you keep clearing out these burdens inside you, you know, forgiving yourself, letting go of any resentment, regret, guilt, the more you're able to do that after you leave this relationship, which I hope you do, then good things can start coming. So you got to do some inner work as well. Okay? But overall, I think once you're able to clear out all that stuff that doesn't serve you, you have a lot of good things coming. Like a lot. You've got several cards from both decks saying that good things are going to come. All right. Okay, so that's it for this week's reading. I hope that it resonated with some of you. If it did, please post some comments below. Also, please click the like button and subscribe to receive your reading and our other videos every week. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Thanks.